This is going to be a gentle, slow flow, but for those of you that want to have a more vigorous exercise or flow today, go ahead and add anything in. Or when we are doing our flows, I will be doing them on the knees, the chaturangas and stuff. You can obviously do them on the toes. So just honor what your body is looking for this morning. And here we go. So down on our mats, if you're not already there. Let's start with a few deep cleansing breaths. So go ahead, breathe in through the nose. Hold at the top and then release through the mouth. Let's do that again. Inhale deeply through the nose. And release through the mouth. One last one. Deep breath in through the nose. Hold it at the top for 3, 2, 1, and sigh through the mouth. On your next inhale, bring your right knee for knee to chest in towards your belly. And you can interlace your fingers around your shins or behind the leg, whichever is more comfortable. And let the knee come towards the side of your body so that there's more room for your belly. And you can draw that upper thigh closer in towards your body. Take a few nice breaths here. Maybe you want to rock a little the hip a little left and a little right here. And then slowly bring the leg back down to the mat. And when you're ready, left hip comes up towards the belly for knee to chest. Again, the knee going towards the side of your body, maybe a little rocking of the hip back and forth. And bringing those legs back down towards the mat. This time on an inhale, do a nice morning stretch. Lift your arms above your head, point and flex your toes. And then on the exhale, bring the knees in towards the body as you exhale. Inhale, lengthen, nice morning stretch again. And exhale, bring your knees back in towards the body. This time keep them there. Rock a little from left to right, massaging the lower back. And then of course, come back to center and we're going to rock back and forth to come to seated. Remember to keep your head and chin tucked in as you round and rock back up and down. If you straighten your back as you come back down on the mat, you won't get up. Great. Once you get up from seated, go ahead and come to tabletop. So remember, wrists under the shoulders and knees are hip distance apart. Press the toenails down into the mat, the top parts of your feet, and extend the crown of your head towards your front wall. From here, let's do a few cat-cows. On an inhale, just breathe in deeply. And as you exhale, go ahead and push your hands and round your back, tuck your tail in. Inhale, coming into cow. Lifting the tailbone, dropping the belly. Go ahead and continue with your cat-cows at your pace with your breath. And we're going to pay extra attention to the hands. So as you do your cat-cows, I want you to press through your fingertips. Make sure the fingers are nice and wide. You're pressing through the fingertips so that about 10-15% of your body weight. And as you come in to your cat, you push your hands away from the floor. As you come into cow, imagine you're dragging your hands down towards your knees, but they're not moving. But that's going to engage the lats. It's going to feel like your shoulder blades are going down towards the lower back. That's what we're looking for here. Continue your cat-cows here, 2 more. And then once you're done your cat-cows, 2 extra ones, curl your toes under and come in to your first downward facing dog. Now, in this downward facing dog, again, let's pay attention to the hands. Our fingers are spread wide. We are pressing into our fingertips. And then begin to draw one heel down towards the ground and then the other as you lift the other heel up, stretching the calves. Maybe now introducing that ujjayi breath, that ocean breath sound that we like to use when we are in our flow classes. Continue to be in your downward dog. And then go ahead and on your next inhale, lift up onto your toes nice and high. And then as you exhale, bring the heels down towards your mat. Do that again. Inhale and you lift yourself onto your toes, and then exhale, bring the heels down towards your mat. On the next inhale, come up onto the toes, lift your head to gaze to the top of your mat, and slowly begin to walk to the front for forward fold. Once in forward fold, go ahead and grab your dangling position. So you might just grab opposite elbows, dangle your hands like a gorilla, but bend a little more in the knees here. Bend some more in the knees, dangle here, maybe sway from side to side. And then on your next inhale, come to halfway lift. Extend the head forward. The hands come to the shins. Exhale, fold forward. We're going to do 2 more like this. Inhale, come to halfway lift, and then exhale and fold forward. One last one. Inhale, coming up to halfway lift. Exhale into fold forward. Inhaling into extended mountain. Feel your feet connect with your mat as you lift up, gaze up. Fingers and arms nice and tall. Exhale, mountain pose. Let's do a little bit of breath work here. Inhale, extend your arms up towards the sky. Let the palms touch each other at the top. As you exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. And then back to mountain pose. Again, inhale, reach the arms towards the sky, touch the palms together, hold the breath here, and begin the exhalation slow as you move through this for hands to heart and then mountain pose. Let's do one more, everybody. Inhale, arms up towards the sky, hold the pose here and the breath, and then exhale, bringing the arms back to heart center, and hands to mountain pose. Good. Okay, from here, inhale, bring your arms up towards the sky for extended mountain. And then what I'd like you to do is squeeze your glutes, push your hips forward, come into cactus and lean back. So it's an upper back arch, but what I want you to be doing is pulling the elbows down. So it's not a super big back arch. It's more about lifting the chest and bringing the shoulder blades down and in towards one another. At the gym, it's kind of like a chest pull down. So this is what we want. For 3, 2, 1, come back up. For mountain pose, extension, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Extend your mountain again, lift up, bring the arms really tall, and then again on the exhale, do your chest pull down as you push your hips forward, squeeze your butt, and really bring those shoulder blades down towards your lower back. Engage the abs for 3, 2, 1. Inhale and reach. Extended mountain, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, extended mountain. And exhale, mountain pose. Coming into side bend now. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Let's take our right arm down towards our side, keeping the left arm up, and then side bend towards the right. Extend through the left fingers. Remember to keep your body in between those two imaginary glass panes of glasses. Maybe the left hip pushes outward a little bit, engaging the core always through this. On your next inhale, come back to T shape with a cross. And then exhale, other side, bringing the right arm up, left arm is beside your body as you stretch over towards the left. Breathing nice breaths here, keeping the core engaged. On your next inhale, come back up to T shape. Bring the arms back up for extended mountain. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Extend your mountain, come back up to standing tall, arms reach. We're going to twist to the right. So now your body stays forward, but your left arm comes down in front as you twist to the right and your other arm is behind you. Inhale, reach back up, turn everything back to center. Exhale, twist in the other direction. Inhaling and reach. Exhaling and twisting. Resist the air as you lift the arms up towards the sky. Resist the air as you twist your body. Let's do one more on each side. Inhale and reach. Exhale and twist. Inhale and reach. Exhale and twist. Inhale and reach. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, extended mountain, come back up. And exhale to mountain pose. Take a moment here to just feel your heart. Feel yourself standing in your mountain pose. Feel the four corners of your feet pressing into the mat as you lengthen through the crown of your head. Roll the shoulder blades back and down. Take one deep cleansing breath here. Inhale through the nose and sigh through the mouth. Okay, inhale, extend your mountain. As you exhale, bring your hands behind your back. You're going to interlace your fingers behind your back, and you're going to keep your elbows slightly bent. On your next inhale, reach through the heart, and then exhale, fold forward. And as you fold forward, your elbows are bending, and you're trying to bring your knuckles towards the ceiling. So stay in your forward fold. Keep trying to bring the knuckles to the ceiling as your elbows are slightly bent, or bent as much as you need to. Bringing your knuckles towards the sky and holding this shape with your hands. On your next inhale, come to flat back. So keep the elbows bent, lift the head to come to flat back. Notice the stickiness in here. Try to draw your shoulder blades in towards one another. Bend the elbows a little more. Keep lifting the hands away from the body. Exhale, fold forward. Release your hands towards the ground. Extended mountain on your inhale. Exhale, mountain pose. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach the arms towards the sky. On the exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. Round your shoulders back and down. Bend your elbows as you lean forward on the exhale for forward fold. Can you bring your knuckles closer to the ceiling? Don't hurt yourself. We're just working on the shoulder blades and shoulders here. Gentle, gentle. Good. And then come to halfway lift in this shape as much as you can. Stay here and breathe. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards one another. And then exhale, release your hands and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, extended mountain. And exhale, mountain pose. Good. Inhale, extend your mountain. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. We're going to come to low lunge. So on your exhale, right leg back, low lunge. Or if you want to, you can stay in high lunge with the knee off the ground, but your hands are around your left foot. On your inhale, bring your arms up towards the sky. So you're either having your knee in low lunge or your knee is off the ground in high lunge. Remember, this is gentle yoga, so maybe you're doing a little less challenge. But the challenge here now is we're going to come back to that chest press, or that pulling of the chest forward. So now you're going to squeeze your glutes together, push your hips forward as you upper bend the back, but it's more about bringing the shoulder blades behind you, pulling down here. Yes. Stay here, open the chest. You should feel a nice opening in the shoulder blades and the upper chest. And then on your next inhale, lift the arms back up, coming into your low or high lunge. Exhale now, let's do that again. As you breathe and breathe out, you draw yourself back into this. Inhale and reach up. 3 more of these. Exhale, draw those shoulder blades back. Inhale and lengthen the arms. Exhale, press those hips a little bit forward. Squeeze your right glute as you bring those shoulder blades back. One last one. Here we go. Inhale, arms come back up. Exhale, hands come back down towards the feet. Stay here for a moment, and now begin to straighten your front leg by sitting back towards your heel. You can move your hands to follow the bottom part of your leg, and bring your chest forward. You can have your heel up if you want. You can keep your front foot down. What's important is that you're bringing your chest towards your front leg. Get a nice stretch in the back of the left leg. Keep breathing here. Come back into that low runner's lunge or high runner's lunge. And now we're going to come into downward facing dog. So again, focus on spreading your fingers wide, pressing through your fingertips. Good. This is your home base in the flow. If this is too much for you, come into your hands and knees to tabletop to rest. Tabletop is good. And then we're going to come into plank. But plank on your knees. So I come into high plank and then I drop my knees. You can stay in high plank if you want, but this is gentle flow. And now we're going to lower the body by keeping the upper body nice and solid and straight. Come down to the floor. Good. From the floor, we're going to come into locust. So bring your hands behind your back. Again, interlace your fingers, keep the elbows bent slightly. Roll the shoulders up and back. And then lift the feet. Go ahead and find your locust here. If it's too much on the shoulders, you can come up in cactus arms, squeeze the shoulder blades in towards each other. If you don't want to have the grip behind, keep breathing down deeply, even though you're on your belly. Couple of more breaths here. Exhale and come back to rest. Beautiful. Come back up to tabletop. Push yourself up to table. Let's do a little hip movement. Take your hips to the right and then to the left. Again to the right and to the left. Come back to tabletop and downward facing dog. Go ahead and inhale, lift up on the toes, walk or hop to the front of your mat into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Extended mountain. And exhale, mountain pose. Take a moment here. Feel how your body's feeling. We've moved the upper body a lot, the shoulders, the shoulder blades. You might be feeling some really nice loosening there. Other side, inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left leg back for low runner's lunge. Knee comes to the floor or not, if your hands are in front of your right foot. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Again, as you exhale, lat pull down, squeeze and press your hips forward as you draw the shoulder blades down like a pull down. Keep the heart lifting, slight gaze up. On your next inhale, reach up. And exhale and come back down. Inhaling and reaching. Exhale and lowering and squeezing as much as you can. 3 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. And squeeze those arms back. Inhale, reach the arms. Bring your hands all the way to frame your right foot. And then begin to straighten your right leg and let the chest stay over the thigh for your low runner's lunge here. Stretching the back of the right leg. Keep breathing here. Coming back to that low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, come into downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, we are here. This is gentle flow, but if somebody wants to go ahead and come on their knees into tabletop, this is a good place of rest as well. And then on your inhale, go ahead and come up onto the toes, gaze forward, walk or hop to the front of your mat, and come up to halfway lift as you breathe in. Exhaling, fold forward. Inhaling, extended mountain. As you exhale, come into that cactus pose again. Lat pull down as you squeeze your glutes, press your hips forward. Inhale, reach up for extended mountain, and then exhale, mountain pose. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, go into high lunge this time. So bring your right leg back, frame your left foot. This is your high lunge. Shimmy the toes back as far as you need to. And then on your inhale, bring the arms up towards the sky for crescent lunge. Good. Now we're going to hover the back knee. It's not going to touch the floor. And as we do that, we're going to come back into those lat pull downs. So on your exhale, drop the knees slightly, and again, bring those arms down, pulling the shoulder blades back. Inhale and come back to crescent. So your front leg always stays bent. Exhale, back knee, right knee bends. Inhale, rise, straightening the back knee. Exhale, bend the back knee, arms comes down. Inhale, lift, good. Bring your hands back to frame your foot and come to downward facing dog. From here, come on into your knees and come into your plank pose on your knees. So shift forward over your hands. Stay here for a little bit. And then go ahead and lower down the body. We're going to do a flow now. Inhale into your upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog, or just tabletop. Let's do that again. Stay in, come into high plank or low plank with the knees. On your exhale, bring the chest down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, push back up, downward facing dog or tabletop. Come back up to downward facing dog if you're not there. On your inhale, come up onto your toes. Exhale, gaze forward and walk or hop to the front into a halfway lift. Exhaling, fold forward. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, fold forward. Bring your left leg back for high lunge. Hands are framing the front foot. So again, shimmy the left toes back. Inhale, bring the arms up for crescent lunge. So on this side again, as you exhale, you bend the knee halfway and you bring your arms down, shoulder blades towards the back. Inhale, straighten the back leg. Bring the arms up, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Inhale, reach, straighten the back leg, come back down. Good. And then come to downward facing dog. Take a nice breath here. Come down into your high plank or low plank. Stay here for a moment. Make sure your core is nice and tight, and then exhale, lower all the way down and flow. Inhale, come up to cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog or tabletop. Let's do that one more time. Come back into your high or low plank. Then come down onto the floor, cobra, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. From here, let's walk to the front of the mat into your halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, extended mountain. And exhale, mountain pose. Woo, I hope you guys are doing good. You're nice and warm. Still feeling like a challenging, gentle class. Huh? Okay, good. From here, we're going to, again, from the top of our mats, we're going to come into crescent lunge. So go ahead and take your right leg back and find your crescent lunge. So you make sure that you have strong legs. Squeeze your right glute, send the energy down into your toes, bending through the left knee. From here, we're going to come into our warrior two. So go ahead and bring the back heel to the floor and open up into warrior two. So hips are along the back. You might widen your stand, bending through the left knee, and arms come out. This time we're going to bring our hands to come up towards the sky, both of them. And then what I want you to do here is first pay attention to the left knee and make sure that it's pressing towards the left, the outside of your knee, so it's not falling in. And then I want you to, as your arms are parallel, but the palms are facing up, squeeze the lats in. So you gotta kind of bend the elbows a little bit, and we're kind of making this happy face shape with the arms. But it's through the back that you're doing that, okay? So imagine that you're holding a globe or the planet here. Good. So from here, your core is important. You're going to stay bent in the front knee, and we're going to reverse our warrior, but we're reversing our arms in the same position. So start to lift, but you're holding the world here. Good. Reverse your warrior. Breathe. And then come back to a center and bring your world forward. Yes. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Straighten the legs or arms. Cartwheel your arms down in front of your leg, coming up to your high or your low lunge. Good. Stay here for a moment. Let's go ahead and press into downward facing dog. Inhale, come up onto your toes. Exhale, walk or hop to the front of your mat, coming into halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, extended mountain. And exhale, mountain pose. Same thing with the left side. Left leg comes back. We're coming into our crescent lunge. When you're in crescent lunge, you want to feel like you're pushing the left hip forward and the right hip back to try to keep them in the same plane. And then go ahead and open up into your warrior two. I'm going to turn around so you guys can see me. So getting into your warrior two pose, remember that your heel in the front is kind of connecting to the middle of your back foot if you drew a nice line. And then again, draw the shoulder blades in and create that sphere that we're holding the world up. Bend through the front knee, and now reverse your warrior in that shape. Breathe. Our world needs us to hold it up. Come back to center, and now keeping the shoulder blades coming in, you're holding your sphere, you're coming forward. Come back to center, warrior two, cartwheel your hands down into your high or your low lunge. Stay here for a moment and breathe. And then press back into downward facing dog. Good. This is your home base in downward facing dog. Or if you're ready for a break, come down to tabletop. Breathe some nice breaths here. And then again, from downward facing dog, come into your high plank with the knees on or off the ground. Chaturanga, or come down to the floor. Inhale into cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale back to downward facing dog or tabletop. Again, let's do that one more time. Inhale, come into your high plank position. Exhale, lower to the floor. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Come down to child's pose. Yes. Sit back on your heels. Choose your arms above your head or maybe down towards your feet. Maybe you're taking a water break. Everyone did a super job this morning. There was a lot of movement there. Keep resting in your child's pose for a moment. Then we're going to come back up to plank, to tabletop, and we're going to come down onto the floor. So we're going to do a little stretch in the arms. So maybe you want to sit up to watch me first if you're not sure of how this is going to work, and then you can come into it. So we're going to start with the left arm. The left arm has to be in cactus, so make sure as you look, as you're lying down, that your elbow and your shoulder are in line and you're in cactus. And then from there, we're going to see if there's a stretch. For some of you, you might already feel a stretch in the shoulder, just being down like that in cactus. Otherwise, you're going to start to, we're doing the left arm, okay? So your left arm is in cactus. You're going to take your right hand and you're going to start to roll yourself over. I take my right leg and I kind of roll over the left a little bit, towards the left, pushing my body leftward, rolling. So you're kind of rolling over the shoulder. You don't want to create any pain. Your head can be up or on the floor, whatever is better for you. You just want to get a nice stretch somewhere in the shoulder, the front of the chest, the back of the shoulder. Once you find that spot, be mindful and take some deep breaths here. Couple of more breaths. And then, of course, roll yourself back onto the floor on your stomach. And then we're going to set up for the other side. So the right arm or the other arm. And again, notice first if you're already getting a stretch just by putting your arm in that position. And then if not, you can start to roll towards your cactus arm. Each arm will be different. You'll notice it stretches in a different area. Find a place that's not the maximum stretch. Remember, you're just doing a gentle stretch here in the arms and shoulders. Breathe deeply. Continue to hold that pose for a few more breaths. And then exhale and come back to center. Good. So we're still lying on our stomachs here. We're going to do a little bit more for the upper back. So let's go ahead and bring our arms down by our sides. Palms are facing up. We're going to keep our legs nice and strong into our mat. Do not lift your legs. Go ahead and squeeze your glutes and your inner thighs towards each other to create strong legs. From here, just lift the arms up without peeling the chest. Arms come up as high as they can, palms towards the ceiling, thumbs towards each other. You can stay here, or now you can lift the chest and get a little bit more of a shoulder coming, the shoulder blades coming in, the thumbs coming in towards each other. Keep breathing in this position. The crown of your head is going towards the wall. So the back of your neck is nice and long, and your tailbone, because you're squeezing your legs, is reaching for your heels. On your next exhale, release and rest. Maybe come into alligator by placing your two hands, one on top of the other, and rest your forehead down on the mat. We're resting here. Okay, last one, arms reach above your head, palms are facing the floor. Again, this time we're going to allow our locust pose to happen, meaning the feet will come up. So start by lifting the arms off the floor without lifting your chest, just the arms, and lift the feet, squeeze your glutes. From here, lift the chest and head, and now we're going to do that same pull with the arms, draw them down, inhale, reach, Bend through the elbows, bring the shoulder blades in towards each other. Inhale and reach. Take a break if you need to before I finish, but we're going to do a couple of more here. Keep squeezing the glutes to protect the lower back. The neck is long as you continue to do your pull downs here. Last one. And release and rest. Great job, everybody. As you're resting on your stomachs, maybe do some windshield wipers here. And then go ahead and come up to seated when you're ready. Hi, everybody. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of seated poses. You may want your blocks or a pillow to help you raise your hips a little bit. We're going to come into straddle. So as you get into this position, make sure that you're sitting nice and tall. Crown of your head is reaching for the ceiling. All right, and we're going to begin by lifting the arms up towards the sky. Good. We're going to do a side bend here, so we're going to go to the right. So allow your right arm to come down in front of you, and then go ahead and start bending towards the left. Remember, you're in those panes of glass, so you don't want the shoulder rounding down or rounding up. Now from here, I want you to actually round up by pushing the heart and shoulder up and back. Yes, you're gazing up towards the ceiling slightly. You can even draw the shoulder blade down. And then from here, come back to side bend as you were, and then come back up to seated. Good job. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach. Other side, side bend towards the left. Nice deep breaths here. And then, of course, open the chest and shoulder upward, bringing a little bit of a bend here. Lifting, feeling a nice stretch here. Wherever that takes you, hold it and breathe. Come back to a standard side bend, and then come back up. Good. This time we're going to take our torso and we're going to turn it over the right thigh. And then inhale, reach the arms towards the sky. Flex your toes, and then come forward, bringing the lower belly towards your upper thigh. Good. Go ahead and stay here. I have my back is nice and straight for a bit. Toes are flexing. And then if you want, you can allow the head to round and the shoulders to round as well. If that pulls on your lower back, stay upright. Take some nice breaths here. Inhale, come back up, bring the arms up towards the sky, turn your body back to center, and then over the left leg, flex your toes, and come down on this side. Take some deep breaths here. Keep the toes flexed in dorsiflexion. Inhale, come back up with the arms. Come back to center. And last one, come into the middle, wherever that takes you, in the center of your legs, and breathe. position. Coming in and out of that pose, coming back up into your straddle. Bring the bottoms of your feet into butterfly. And we'll do a fold forward over butterfly position. So again, inhale, lift through the heart, and exhale, lean forward. Maybe you're only going to come forward a couple of inches. Maybe you want to sit up on your blocks and a pillow to help that hinging of your hips. Some of you will come all the way down to the floor. As you breathe deeply, try to create space in between your rib cage. So think about breathing through the sides of your rib cage and through the back of your rib cage. We always seem to push and breathe through the front of our ribs, so let's breathe a little bit from the sides and the back as well. Inhale, come up. Extend those legs and shake them out. Okay, last position, two choices here. So the first choice, which most of us are going to do, is deer pose. So let's start with the right leg out in front and the left leg back. So I'm sort of leaning a little bit to the right. I have my right leg forward and my left leg back. And it can be as back, whatever's comfortable for you, but notice how it kind of creates a zigzag. And then from here, all we're going to do is lean forward for a stretch in that right hip. Now, if you are able to do pigeon pose, then this would be the time to come into pigeon. Or you stay in your deer pose. Again, taking some deep breaths through the back body and the sides of your rib cage. You can be either in sleeping pigeon where you're down completely, or you can be in proud pigeon if you happen to take pigeon. But if you're in deer pose, make sure you're staying over the front leg for the stretch. Regardless of which pose you're in, begin to slowly come out of that shape. You can move your body around however it wants. And then, of course, get ready to do the other side. So left leg is in front, right leg in back. If you're coming into deer, and then down you go. You might use your props to help you out here as you lean forward. And again, you can stay here or go into pigeon pose. Sleeping pigeon is being over, or proud pigeon where you come up. Back to breathing deep breaths. I hope you guys are going to enjoy the beautiful day today. I see the sun in my backyard. Take a nice walk later on. All right, come on up and out of that shape. And we're going to do the rest of our workout on our backs. So if you have a pillow and blanket that you'd like to have for your resting pose, have it nearby. We're not going to use it right now, but have it close by. We are going to come down onto our backs and come into bridge pose. So that will be our inversion. But if anybody else wants to do any other inversion at home, you can do that. Just make sure you can do it without any help. So slowly make your way down onto your backs. I'll be guiding bridge. So there's nothing behind your head. Feet are hip distance apart and walk the heels towards your sit bones. Bring your arms down by your side so your fingers are close to your hips. Palms are facing the floor. From here, I would like you to bend your elbows so that your fingertips are reaching for the sky and the palms are facing one another on either side of your body. Okay. Then press up through your feet and bring your hips up towards the sky. And then to add on, press down into your elbows and your upper arms where your triceps are and try to lift the chest. Lift the chest, lift the pelvis. Pressing down into your triceps, your upper arms. Maybe you can get your shoulders kind of underneath you, bringing the shoulder blades in a little closer towards one another as you push the heart up towards the sky. Keep pushing down, lifting the pelvis even higher, breathing. Remember, your knees are pointing forward, they're not slicing out to the sides. If you need to come out before we do, go ahead and lower down. Respect your body. And then slowly begin to bring your spine back to the mat. If you're doing another inversion, take all the time that you want. The rest of us are lying on our backs with our knees bent here for a moment. Reach the arms up towards the sky and then cross them and hug yourself. And then try to push down into the floor with your back. Try to push your lower back into the floor, the middle of your back into the floor. You should feel some nice stretching here on the spine. You might even want to tuck the chin in a little bit towards your chest. And then release all of that, come back to neutral spine. Then let's do knee to chest with the right knee. Bring the knee in towards the chest. Hold around your shins this time. And then we're going to twist. So let your right arm come down in T shape, across. And then twist to the left with your knee still in that shape, knee to chest. So your shoulder blades stay towards the ground. Your right knee is twisting to the left. Maybe you have a block or a blanket that you place there under the right knee for support. Do some belly breathing here. Breathe through the belly, push the belly out and forward on the inhale. You'll feel a stretch on the right side since we're twisting towards the left. Can you relax your jaw, your forehead? Relax your lower back, your right hip. Soften your hands. And just breathe some belly breaths here. Continue in this shape. On your next inhale, come back to center with knee to chest. Bring the other knee, the left knee in a little ball. Maybe rock from left to right here a little. And then when you're ready, extend the right leg along the mat, keeping the left knee in for knee to chest. Left arm comes down in a cross shape and then twist to the right. Again, use your props if you have some for the foot or the knee as you twist. And then when you find you're in your shape, come back to breathing belly breaths. Breathe deeply. Press that belly forward and up. Soften through the jaw and forehead. Relax your shoulders, your shoulder blades, the lower back and the left hip. Keep the belly breath going for a couple of more breaths here. On your next inhale, come back to center with knee to chest. Then draw the right knee up so both knees are in towards the sides of your body. So let the knees go to the sides of your mat. And then come into happy baby pose. So lift your feet up. You can grab the back of your knees or your feet. Maybe a little rocking here from left to right. This would be the time to do any other movement that you'd like as well. After our happy baby pose, we are going to come into our resting pose, Shavasana. Go ahead and begin to come out of your happy baby pose. Set yourself up for your resting pose. Don't skip it, even though we're at home alone. Grab your props. If you don't feel like lying on your back today, you can lie on your side in sleeping baby pose. Put a block between your legs. Support your head. If you're lying on your back, make sure the shoulder blades are nice and wide. Allow some space to come between your legs and your arms. Where you no longer want to control the body or the breath. We'll do some cleansing breaths on your own, of course. So do 3 nice cleansing breaths. Take deep breaths through the nose. Hold at the top for a few moments and sigh through the mouth. Do 3 of those. And as you sigh through the mouth, really feel the body releasing into your mat, into the floor. And then once you finish those 3 cleansing breaths, letting go of the breath again, focus on your exhalations. And what I mean by focus, just allow the body to soften a little more into your mat with each new exhalation. So release a tiny bit more through the hands and feet. As you breathe out, relax your shins and calves. Relax your upper thigh and the back of your thigh. Soften through the hips and pelvis. Relax your belly and lower back. Relax your spine. Soften through the chest and the upper back. Relax the shoulders. Release your upper arm, forearm, hands, and fingers. Move your awareness to your neck and throat. As you exhale, relax your neck and throat. Soften through the jaw, your cheeks, your eyes and forehead. Nowhere to go, nothing to do but be present. This is our time to practice our yoga, not just on the mat, but off the bat. Present moment awareness. And how do we do that? Just by reminding ourselves to be right here, right now. If you can feel the temperature of the skin, or of the air on your skin, you're in the present moment. If you're listening to my every word, you're in the present moment. If you focus on one aspect of your breath, that keeps you in the present moment. Stay here as long as you'd like. Thank you for practicing with me this morning. Namaste.